Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastian Envy, strong style nerd, strong style cinephile. Let us geek about the MCU for a scant few minutes, kicking off on the heels of the news that production on Falcon and Winter Soldier has begun for Disney+. Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan are, of course, reprising their roles as Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes. Malcolm Spellman, who previously worked on the TV series Empire, is the showrunner. Full disclosure, never seen an episode of Empire. Love Terrence Howard, love Taraji P. Henson. It's just not my kind of show, so I have no interest in it. This will, of course, be the first Marvel Studios show for Disney+. Daniel Bruhl is back as Helmut Zemo, Emily Van Camp as Sharon Carter. We also get Wyatt Russell as John Walker. Comic book fans will know him best as U.S. Agent. Also, we're told that Peyton Reed will return to direct Ant-Man 3. Now, the movie is not slated for any part of Phase 4, which is unfortunate, but at least we get more Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly. The current timeline has Scott's daughter as a teenager after Endgame, so will we get some stature action going? That's my question. There's nothing official, but speculation runs rampant that Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer will be back alongside Michael Pena, T.I., and David Dastmalchian after his run as Polka Dot Man for DC's Suicide Squad, of course. It doesn't have a date or official title, but will likely arrive in 2022 or 2023. So it's years. I mean, we haven't hit 2020 yet. We basically are there, but it's still 3 years away, which kind of sucks. But at least we're getting another Ant-Man film and more Ant-Man and Wasp action. We saw more Ant-Man in Endgame, not as much Wasp, because she just showed up when everybody else did for the big fight at the end. So getting to see them have more adventures. And like I said, his daughter's older. We know she's Stature in the comics, so will she be Stature in the movies for a bit? I imagine they might go that way. In what we knew what was coming. I mean, all these movies, these franchise movies, you know, have to have a third movie. So it's no surprise that we got a third. We're getting a third one. The news about Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie on Falcon and the Winter Soldier, my only thing about that is it's going to be on Disney+, and we already have so many other streaming services that we're paying for. Like I right now pay for Prime, Netflix, to really, I guess I hold on to Netflix for Power Rangers and a few other shows because I don't really find myself watching it that much, just either due to being busy with wrestling or some of the production stuff that I'm trying to do with work, with my family, and stop motion stuff I try to do. So I'm really not watching Netflix all that much, though I am going to watch Dolomite Is My Name this weekend. Really want to see that and see if Eddie Murphy's return to glory in that film. But I digress. Prime, Netflix, DC Universe, which I pay for the comics, as well as the animated stuff that I've seen a million times and I still find myself watching it over and over again. So I've got those three, plus WWE Network, pay for that. I'm a wrestler, of course, I want to watch wrestling and study and all that fun stuff. So just adding like a fifth. And then of course, it's HBO Max. That's a thing where apparently we're going to see the Green Lantern TV series. Apparently not going to be a movie. It's going to be a TV series, and it's going to be on HBO Max. So that's another streaming service that I would potentially have to pay for, and that's just in addition to the cable that I pay for. We had cut the cord for a while. Now we're not doing that. I'd rather we did, but you know, here we are. So that's a lot of streaming media and just cable stuff that I'm paying for. Do I want to add something else with this Disney Plus? I don't know. I mean, I guess to be able to see the shows and be able to talk about the shows, to know what's going on. I can't exactly be left out. Don't want to just read about it and stuff like that. I know there's ways and means to kind of go about, you know, accessing stuff that you don't necessarily have a subscription for, but it's a crapshoot with those sometimes. I've gotten my fair share of malware and spyware and damage to my computers using torrents and all those other means and stuff like that. So do I want to go down that road again? Not especially. But anyway, I'm super digressing here. I'm anxious to see that show just because I like Sebastian Stan, I like Anthony Mackie in their roles. Definitely want to see more. I really think Bucky got shortchanged in both Infinity War and Endgame. I mean, what did we see him for like 2 seconds shooting a gun in Endgame in the big battle? I wish he could have got more. So I'm anxious to see kind of where he's going to go with his character and where's Sam's going to go with his character. A lot of people were kind of fretting at the end of Endgame thinking that Cap should have handed his shield off to Bucky as opposed to Sam based on their relationship and the relationship that we got to see on screen. I can agree with that because we got more of Bucky and Cap. from the outset in the first Avenger throughout all the movies than we did with Sam and Cap, who we just met. They met in Winter Soldier, which for my money, Endgame is awesome, Infinity War is awesome, but for my money, Civil War is awesome, mostly for the battle. For my money, from start to finish, the Winter Soldier is and has been, remains the best Marvel movie to date, bar none. That's just my opinion, though. So, of course, I like those characters. I want to see more with them. So, them living in a world where there's not necessarily a Captain America. Are we going to see Falcon as Captain America, as the new Captain America? Or they're going to bite off a little bit of his run in the comic books when he took over Captain America? He was a little bit more socially conscious, a little bit more woke, as the term goes, used to be derogatory or used as a badge of honor. Depends upon what circles you roll in. So will they take that kind of slant a little bit, especially with today's, political, social, social climate? Will they pull any of that into the writing for Falcon and Winter Soldier? Are we going to get more of a comic booky sort of helmet Zemo? Are we going to see like the mask and the fuzzy little things on his shoulders for his costume? I imagine his suit will be, Marvelized for the screen or whatever, so we'll get some sort of variation of that, if we get it at all. I don't know if we're gonna get it, so that remains to be seen. I'm just anxious to see what they have in store for us. It's a short series, I think it's like 6 episodes, which is not too short, not too long. They should just be event series, not expected to have that 13 episode requirement that we get for streaming episodes that sometimes bogs down streaming shows, to just where there's a lot of filler. Again, the Marvel Netflix series were really hampered by the 13 episode necessity. We saw how it made the Defenders better to have a shorter season. It made the second season of Iron Fist better to have a shorter season. So having shorter number of episodes, I think, will lend itself to stronger writing. That's just me speculating, of course. It could suck for all we know. We'll see. Remains to be seen. Anyway, those are my thoughts on it, scattered as they were. Let me know what you guys out there think. Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Once again, tomorrow, CWF TV tapings in Rockwall, Texas, Generation Church. See me going places, kicking faces, doing what I do, doing it so well. Let us geek.